Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joseph Iacobucci. I am really excited, you guys. I have been gaining a lot of clarity as of late, reflecting on really my entrepreneurial goals when I finally received my licensure to practice psychiatry and psychotherapy. For me, I want to provide ethical care. When I say ethical, I really think about the context of taking really the necessary time to do a holistic evaluation that considers really probably most importantly the history of the individual, their early experiences of relationships, of relating, both within the domain of positive affect and negative affect. And for me, I've kind of been conceptualizing this treatment philosophy. And honestly, I've recently been very excited because I've gained a lot of clarity, more specifically on the second pillar. Okay, and the second pillar of my holistic psychiatry and psychotherapy treatment philosophy is the domain of what the psychoanalysts have come to understand as ego strength, and the more research-based psychologists have come to understand to be self-control or trait conscientiousness. Need a sip break because this is a really wonderful topic, and I love tea, and it makes me feel great. Okay, so tea is wonderful. I know that's a sidetrack here, but I think many of you would do well to switch from coffee to tea. It's quite an adaptogen. Also has L-theanine, which can actually enhance certain brain states associated with meditative experiences. So let's get into the second pillar. So for most of my life, I've been very interested in what I think of as reality. What is that thing that we all share, that we come to really, when things are going well, come to celebrate, It's this wonderful, beautiful thing, this life. But of course, we have to face reality. We have to make sense of reality. We have to do it in a certain way. And we need experiences to reinforce that, to have the good life. And the second pillar, to me, has always made sense rationally. Rationally in the sense that I've read a lot about it. I've read a lot about trait conscientiousness, trait self-control, the neuropsychological models for it, if any, where it might be located in the brain when we are engaged in self-control, with the different aspects of the prefrontal cortex being associated with approach versus avoidance states, thinking a lot about the domain of integration of the different aspects of the personality in relation to ego functioning, ego strength, self-regulation. And this really was motivated primarily when I discovered the work of Dr. Roy Baumeister, who really pioneered the psychological work in self-esteem and really subsequently in self-regulation and self-control. I became very interested in this because it was so important to the good life. I wanted to help people. I want to help myself. I want to live, Death is coming, you guys. We have to live. But what does that mean? What does that look like? And that gets into the question of value and what values are. And I understood in that brief moment recently, I understood it's the value response that is responsible for ego functioning, self-regulation. It is the value response. And we negotiate values within the context of social sort of relationships, meaning we regulate one another. On a very base intuitive level, think about getting into college. Well, to get into college, maybe you have to go through an interview. Well, you have to interview well. What does that even mean? Well, we have to sort of exhibit a certain kind of ability to engage in pro-social behavior, to sort of socialize in a way that displays our ego strength, our ability to self-regulate, and hopefully to engage in a more motivated and positive state, right? That's what we want. We want that in most of our relationships. So with that all being said, this is at the heart of getting better and feeling better when we're struggling with anxiety and depression and the whole gamut of psychopathology as elucidated in these diagnostic manuals. But at the heart of understanding okay, if I'm working with a patient, how do we sort of learn to self-regulate? A lot of that seems to, for me, be contingent on the value response. Now, obviously, the value response needs to be mirrored back through attachment. And this is, I think, at the heart of being a good psychotherapist, right? So the good psychotherapists, they don't just affirm. They know when and how to be affirming, but they mirror back the value response with anticipation, with hope, with they're holding the despair, they're holding the negative affect, they're holding the space, like a good mother in a way. But then they're saying, well, look at what you could be, look at what you could do, look at how good life is. Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Ah, yes, the good life. Yes, it's in your reach, it's in your grasp. And as your psychotherapist, I'm here to support you in that endeavor because I see in you your capacity to live in that way. It's that incentive reward system, the motivational pathway, that has also been very interesting to me. But what I'm seeing is that the incentive rewards are based in value responses as well. To be human is to be motivated by values. And you can't escape it, you guys. So with that being said, this is my, how do I put this? This is me returning probably to a more mature, probably understanding of motivation as grounded in the value response systems. And that can be a topic for a whole nother video. But it's very inspiring for me. Yes. And I hope it inspires you. And I think what I'm going to do here on this YouTube channel is I'm going to start talking more explicitly about that aspect of psychological flourishing and health. Now we can get into the different pillars, of course, we can get into the different things that I've read about, but I think at the heart of what probably you're looking for, and I think what we're all looking for, is to feel that sense, that resonance, that affective pull towards the good in our lives, whatever that good may be, and to take it very seriously. And of course, I'm here to convince you that you should take it very, very seriously. So that being said, if you liked what I had to say here, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and of course, please feel free to reach out to me over email, or you can comment on this YouTube video. I got a lot going on in my life I'm looking forward to, and I'd love to share it with you. If you have any questions for me, please comment. I want to answer and be responsive and build a sense of this shared engagement as we discover together what is valuable. Take care.